Why is automation important? There's a million reasons why, but I'm going to be covering just some of the main reasons. The three big reasons why I think they're important is it saves time, it saves money, and it's extremely reliable. Obviously, it's not going to cost less. Obviously it's going to cost less to have a program do work for you that could be wasting your time and your money and all this thing. But as opposed to paying multiple workers to do the task, it's just overall it's a no-brainer. It's very simple. And like I mentioned before, they'll be able to do these tasks faster, more efficient, and with little to no error. And here I have compiled a couple ways that we can implement automation into our class project, specifically selling this book. The first one is Hootsuite.com. I don't know if you guys have heard of this, but I actually put this into our social media a couple days ago. It was shown to me by somebody at school here. And it's commonly used to manage online brands and to submit messages to your personal social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, anything, MySpace. And here's what it kind of looks like here. This is the main page. As you can see here, here's our Twitter, Boardroom to Boardroom, our Facebook page, and my LinkedIn page. And somewhere up here, you type in the message you want to send out, and you click it, and it sends it to all the different social media sites that you have hooked up to this. And the way it makes it automated is there's a scheduling application on here where you go to the message post and you type in whatever message you want to send out. You can send out a bunch of them, but then you schedule them to be sent at certain times and certain dates. So this makes it possible for us to just go in there one time, put in all the messages we want to have sent out, and then it'll be sent out without us having to touch it at all. Another tool is Google Alerts. This is pretty much like you go to Google Alerts on Google, and it serves as a way to help you automate your business by typing in like a keyword that you want to have found on Google. Like, let's say we wanted to have dorm room to boardroom. So we type in that into Google Alerts, and it notifies you each time that particular phrase or keyword comes up on Google, and it'll send you an email automatically. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is go there and type in whatever keyword you want to find out more about. So I figured it'd be a good way to figure out, maybe what type of people are talking about dorm room to boardroom, or what type of people are looking at it on Google. Autoresponder. This is actually something that pretty much every main business does. All the successful companies use autoresponder. It's a program that automatically responds to like a message sent to you, or maybe like if somebody accepted our Twitter request or our Facebook page, if they liked our Facebook page, this pretty much enables us to send them a message automatically that we have pre-written out, and it'll be something, it could be as personal as we want it to be, and it sends it to them without us having to do any kind of work. And it's mostly used for email, but again, you can use this for Twitter or any other kind of social media that we have going right now. And like I said before, it can be as simple or as complex as you want. You could have it be very personal. You could have them, say, thank you for accepting our invitation, and here's our website, here's our Facebook page, here's our Twitter page. Just the possibilities of this type of thing are endless, and it's very useful for something like what we're doing. And some of the other benefits for autoresponder might be turn anonymous website visitors into potential business, helps build relationships. I know through Facebook is all about relationships. I know our professor wants us to automate Facebook through the page, but really Facebook isn't really about automation. It's more about connecting with people. It's about getting to know, it's about communicating with people, not through automation. But it generates repeat sales, leads them to your website or blog. Like I said before, you can type in your website or wherever you want them to go through your response, and then it keeps them interested. If they go there and they don't get anything back after they accept our invite or something like that, if they don't get anything back for like a week, they're gonna forget about it and maybe not even come back ever. So this enables them to get that response back, and then it maybe keeps them more interested and maybe keeps them returning for a couple more times. Email campaigns is the next thing I want to talk about, and it kind of sounds like spam mail or something like that when you kind of look at it, but It's actually a very useful tool that a lot of people use, and I think we should too. Using useful tools like Hootsuite.com, you can have messages sent out on a regular basis with complete automation. And like I said before, weekly, monthly, daily, hourly, whatever you want. And I know we talked about this earlier, putting in tips, business tips, or maybe offers or promotions about our book. If we want to give them the discount that we talked about, we can have that sent out to them, and it makes it, both compelling and personal when you do that type of thing. So it really would benefit us as a company. Advertisement. I know I don't have a lot written here, but it is actually, a huge part about automation. Once you find a way that you can advertise, if you can afford a certain advertisement, what you want to do is really research what the best advertisement is for us as a company and what reaches our target audience and the most people that we want to reach. And then we do this through testing, through Google Analytics, through all sorts of things like that. And then once we find out what the best way to advertise is, we just put all of our money that's dedicated to advertisement into it, and pretty much it's all automated from there. It's video is the next thing I want to talk about. I don't know if any of you knew this, but YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world next to Google. So our ability to put these videos, like we talked about before, onto YouTube is just such a huge advantage for us. If we're able to put together, like it says, a 30-second commercial that's both interesting, personal, and the most important, it calls people to action. That's really what we need there to be. You need to call people to action. You can consider YouTube, free money, pretty much, because it's all free. And another important thing when we make these videos on YouTube is to optimize it so it's easily found. Next I'm going to talk about affiliates. It's just pretty much like a fancy word, but it's actually just regular people that are highly motivated to tell their inner circle of friends about your product or our book, in our case. So, we know people, I know we have a lot of friends on Facebook and on Twitter, and I know a lot of our friends have a lot of other friends that we don't know. So, if I have a friend that has, like 1,000 friends on Facebook, and I'm good friends with them, I can offer them, I'm going to give you 10 to 15% of a sale that you bring in, but you have to tell all your friends about it and make sure you get some sales in. So they're not really official staff on our company, but really they're just affiliates, people that we know, people that we can use to reach other people. Next thing I want to talk about is a squeeze page. I never heard about this before. It's actually another name for it is a capture page, but it's a site set up to get information from people, like mostly email addresses and names. But you get further information about products and services to people. The idea is to get people to leave their name and their email, but through this you want to have an interesting page. You want to have something that draws their attention, gets them to really want to give us their information. So you might include like one of the offers or promotions that we have set up for the book, and once we have all their information from this page, we compile it into the big long list, and then we can use that to send out like the email campaigns. We can have all the people sent out emails, and it really is a good way to compile lists of potential customers that we can reach. So in conclusion, automation, like I said before, is very critical in everything that we're doing here. I really don't recommend pursuing anything if it's not even partially automated, because once we're gone, and nobody's here to update anything or do anything like that. It's got to be all automated. And we have, limited time, we have limited money, resources. Pretty much everything we have is limited. So this automation process really makes it a lot easier for us to move ahead.